GTA 6 is going to be one of the biggest games of all time when it launches, and with 2025 allegedly being the year of Grand Theft Auto 6, and with the release date inching closer, a lot of people are really worried that it's actually been pushed back to next year, and Rockstar just doesn't want to tell us yet for, investor reasons. But on the contrary, quite a bit has come out over the last few days about the marketing campaign for GTA 6, and it's given us some new insight into when we can expect this game to drop so we can finally experience it for ourselves. Today, we're going to go over everything that's leaked about GTA 6 recently, including the second trailer date, the release window, the marketing campaign, and we're also going to talk about just how big GTA 6 will be. We have a lot to cover, guys, so check the video chapters for easy viewing. Also, don't forget to enter my PS5 giveaway. Those details are in the pinned comment, and let's get started. So with the 2025 release window seemingly looming upon us, it's starting to get a little strange that we haven't gotten any major marketing for GTA 6 yet. Rockstar and Take-Two Interactive have been still insisting that GTA 6 will drop in 2025, and now that we're almost in April without even a second trailer or any comments or discussions about GTA 6 yet, like Rockstar, say something, like anything at this point, like give us a release window, a trailer, or anything, like just say that you're still working on it. But with that being said, there's been some huge news that's been revealed by insiders that are going around that Rockstar and Take-Two have been quietly working on a pretty massive marketing deal that will likely result in a huge media blitz later this year. According to insider Detective Seeds, Sony apparently has secured at least 2 third-party partnerships that have not been announced to the public yet, and one of those is going to be a pretty big marketing deal, they've said. Now, Sony has been getting a ton of mileage out of third-party deals, like they've been known to make a lot of deals with third-party developers and publishers, and it seems likely that they would lock something in for GTA 6. Now, Detective Seeds has also said that both of these partnerships should be announced before Sony's big summer showcase, which that means we should get some sort of confirmation within the next month or two, mainly because Sony is likely to have their next showcase in either May or June. And if we get the trailer for GTA 6 in the next month or two, then I could see that it makes sense that there would be something at the May or June showcase for GTA 6, perhaps some gameplay or just re-showing the trailer. Now, speaking of trailer 2, recently there have been a ton of rumors floating around that Rockstar is going to have some kind of GTA 6 trailer or news or just info dropping in April, which that also seems to line up well enough with these new reports about the Sony marketing deal. And the last GTA 6 trailer was released well over a year ago, so if the 2025 release date is still canon, which I'm hoping it is, at this point they've said the GTA 6 trailer 2 is releasing this year for quite a while at this point. They've said it multiple times. Strauss Zelnick himself, the CEO of Take-Two Interactive, has said it during the last investors meeting and he reaffirmed it. So I'm still of the opinion that 2025 is still the release date. But with that being said, they're going to have to show off something new to get people hyped up again. Even though I think that all they have to do is just say one thing about GTA 6 and the hype will just be at astronomical levels. So maybe they don't need to hype up everyone again, because obviously this is going to be one of the biggest launches, if not the biggest entertainment launches of all time. No matter when it comes out, it will be the biggest entertainment launch of that year. So if it happens this year, it'll be the biggest. Next year, you know what I mean. Now, if the launch is actually going to happen this year, Rockstar and Take-Two are going to have to start off the marketing blitz really soon. They should have already probably started at this point, but there needs to be a gap between the the next reveal and when the pre-orders start and the release, so they can hype up everything and make sure that the pre-orders are where they need it to be. Even though like I said, it's going to be where they need it to be regardless, because this is the biggest entertainment launch ever. So I have really no trouble believing that there's at least something cooking up for the very near future, and I also don't really have trouble believing that Sony is going to try to snatch up some kind of marketing exclusivity deal for what will surely be the biggest console selling game of the generation so far. Now, personally, I'm of the opinion that there will be some kind of new trailer coming out next month, along with an updated release date that will kick off the huge marketing blitz like the previous other Rockstar games have had. Now, if I'm a betting man, I would say that sometime mid-April, maybe late April or early May would be the best, case scenario for a new trailer, even though the best case scenario for a new trailer would be anytime. We should have already had it at this point. But once we get the news, I would expect a ton of TV ads, billboards, bus decals, and more. And all of that stuff will start very quickly right after Rockstar gives the official go ahead. Now, some have suggested that the game is being pushed back to 2026 due to the lack of advertising and updates, but again, I don't think that's really true. As I've mentioned, both Rockstar and Take-Two Interactive have insisted that GTA 6 is coming out in 2025 to their investors, and that's not something that you would say if you were not fully confident in the release. Now, obviously, Strauss-Zelnick has said that there is possibility of slippage, but at the end of the day, disappointing your shareholders is a very quick way to lose support. So the fact that they've reiterated multiple times now over the last few months that GTA 6 is still coming out in 2025 is frankly all of the evidence that I need that the rumors of a delay are simply not true. Now, the marketing campaign is certainly going to be shorter than usual this time around, but from the looks of it, it's going to be a very aggressive push, so get ready to see GTA 6 absolutely everywhere for like 3 to 4 months leading up to the launch day. Now, this brings us to our next topic, and that is Digital Foundry recently did a pretty big analysis on everything they know about GTA 6 in order to do some predictions of the performance, and depending on who you are, this was either really good or really bad news. Now, the experts seem to think that GTA 6 will be capped at 30 frames per second across the board, and that's mainly due to how insanely demanding GTA 6 will be to run the game. And that's due to the insane size of the world, the number of NPCs on the map, the super advanced graphics and animations. All of the updates to the Rage engine are about to be absolutely wild. Also, there's the incorporation of, global ray tracing, and unless they're able to do like actual wizardry, there's almost no way that this game is going to be running at a high frame rate on consoles. Maybe the PS5 Pro will be able to do it, but even then I doubt it. Rockstar has always made really extremely demanding games, and their optimization has always been pretty solid for what they're trying to do, but this is going to be their biggest game to date, and it's not like the modern consoles have been really running other Rockstar games all that well. I mean, like, look at Red Dead Redemption 2. That game is still waiting on a proper next-gen patch. The only way to play it on console is 30 FPS, which is absolutely ridiculous. And it was only recently that GTA 5 managed to get up to modern standards with the expanded and enhanced. Now, sure, it is possible that GTA 6 will be a different case. Like, it is a different beast, and whenever it comes to developing GTA 5 and Red Dead 2, they started the development with the intentions of targeting that 30 FPS mark. So it could be that they decided to target the 60 FPS mark and then make the game based on that. But just from the visuals and everything that we've seen so far with GTA 6, it seems to be a different case, especially if you look at the specs of the consoles and the details of what Rockstar is trying to do. Like, I just straight up don't think that it's all likely that it's going to be getting above the 30 to 40 frames per second on the consoles. And that also seems to be the perspective of Digital Foundry as well. Now, I would be thinking, and I'm sure you guys are as well, thinking that like, hey, the PS5 Pro has access to higher frame rates, that surely that's going to happen, right? Well, unfortunately, Digital Foundry doesn't seem to think that's the case either. GTA 6 is going to be an extremely CPU heavy game, and unfortunately, the PS5 Pro's CPU really isn't much of an improvement over the base PS5s. So that means if the base PS5 will be locked at 30 FPS, I think it's safe to assume that the PS5 Pro will be as well. Now, Rockstar games are absolutely massive, and this is going to be the biggest and most demanding one to date. So they're going to be using that CPU to its fullest potential. And while I am certain that the PS5 Pro is going to have some graphical improvements over the base version of GTA 6, it's almost certainly not going to have much of a frame rate advantage, mainly due to the fact that the things that are holding back the FPS in this game will be heavily CPU dependent. And that's the case with most games as well. Like, FPS is typically tied with the CPU, but there is one other aspect that we have to consider. The PlayStation 5 Pro has access to their own interpolation, which is essentially like fake frames. So it could be that, PlayStation 5 Pro is able to get to those higher frame rates, but just via interpolation, or to put it simply, just frame generation. Like, PlayStation has their own frame gen, so perhaps with the frame gen they'll be able to get to 60 FPS with the PS5 Pro, but again, it's hard saying. But if you want to play the ultimate version of GTA 6, we're probably gonna have to wait until the PC version, or the PS6 and the new Xbox console as well. Now, with all of this talk about game size, it seems like a good time to mention that there's actually been a playable version of the alleged GTA 6 map built alongside the community in 5M, and it looks absolutely incredible. For years now, members of the community have been doing a massive GTA 6 mapping project and using all of the leaks to kind of build a full mock-up of the map, and recently YouTuber Dark Space decided to build an entire mock-up in the 5M mod for GTA 5 to give us our first real idea of what the game is going to be like in real time. And to put things simply, this map looks absolutely amazing. It looks massive, like it's going to be absolutely gigantic. If you watch this video, it's insane. It does a fantastic job of of rebuilding the vibes of Vice City with a modern spin, while also having that massive sense of openness and exploration that made GTA 5's map so popular. Now, obviously, the mod is still using GTA 5's art and style and lighting, which is going to go a long way in giving GTA 6 its own personality and feel, but for the sake of the discussion of the map, it's a great preview of what Rockstar is cooking up for us, and it looks absolutely massive. Like, this game is going to be so big that I don't think any of us are truly ready for just how big it's going to be. But either way, guys, that's going to wrap it up with this video. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel with your notifications turned on, and until next time, this has been Wes, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.